Hey friends, welcome back to the video. Just an update. So the leaderboard, we got $1.60, so that's the daily promo. Also, we got from the C dollars, the flip out, we got it was just under 19. So in total, we got like $19 C dollars, but I think it was like a $15 win with the C dollars, which is really good. The weekly boost that we get from all the rakeback, we got a $11.78, so we got that back. So at the moment, as it stands, I think we're back up to about $57, and then we had $19 rake back. So we had essentially about, I think it was about $78 or something around that. So if we have a good session, don't be, if you know, hopefully we're back over $80 again. Yesterday was pretty bad. I'm also going to be probably avoiding second sessions. Maybe we'll see how we go. We're just going to go from here. Get a squeeze with King Queen. It was a bit of a weird move with the... Yeah, I don't understand what the cutoff was doing there. So we ended up trying to do a squeeze and then the C-bet. So limp. We just treated it like a squeeze. Anyway, that was a good steal there anyway. So we got Ace Queen, got Ace Jack. So top two, gonna love it. I'm gonna squeeze for Ace Jack now as well. So, like I said in the past, we're not going to be afraid of squeezing. We're not going to be tightening up our 3-betting range when it comes to squeezes. Goes all in. I'm going to go all out. He's quite passive there. He could easily have a straight there as well. Also, flush draw came out anyway, so I think I'm going to be very reluctant when it comes to that type of thing. It is quite hard there. Yesterday's session, I actually played really well. Like, I actually watched it personally. I actually felt pretty good. But the thing was, there was two major hands that I didn't play well. You know, we had pocket queens. I ran into kings. We should have probably folded that at least on the flop or the turn when they probably would have raised us instead of shoving. So we picked the wrong opponent to shove. What else was there? This was a nice hand. Anyway, the other one was pocket kings, and clearly he's going to have like aces. And it was a big pot. So it was deep stacked. It was like we lost over 550. It was really bad. So in a course of, you know, two hands, we lost over $10, which really hurts. So we would have been well over mid 80s again. But of course, now we're back down to, you know, the 70s. It was just terrible. But yeah, two hands just said it all. It just tells you how easy it is to think that you've played really badly just because, you know, your bankroll went down really low. But we misplayed two hands, and for the most part, we played extremely well. I'm going to fold out of that 10-8. Going for the 7, didn't get there anyway, but it was a gut shot. So there is a lot of things that are happening that are going really well. So I'm really happy with some of the all-ins that we've been doing pre-flop. I mean, even one stage we did like an ace-7 suited, I think, all-in. And we actually won it, which normally we wouldn't. And we'd be actually scared of, you know, even going all-in with ace-king, which we've been finding some really good spots with ace-king going all-in. And, you know, the action folds to, gets folded. Oh, it gets folded to us anyway. We don't have an ace here. I'm not really happy with that. So I could have probably gone for another bet there, but yeah, this is definitely a raise. Needed the queen, didn't get there anyway, so it's good to fold that. Get a c-bet the ace king there. Hopefully it gets folded because it doesn't look like we've got much EV happening our way unless we hit an ace or a king. Also been jamming a few spots as well. Let's continue betting this. 32%. Easily means they could easily have a weaker king than us. We really need to, you know, you just keep an eye on certain betting frequencies. Also, another thing is we've been actually light 4-betting a lot of times as well. Let me know in the comments too, what type of, like this one, 4-bet here. It's a typical spot as well. A lot of people won't be doing it 3-betting lightly, 4-betting lightly here. So people will get surprised and see how they fold. It's just a common spot. Also, the big blind, the small blind going in for a light four bet is definitely a nice spot. But probably eventually going to run into opponents who actually know this. Also, people that are watching the videos will definitely know this as well. But what that means is if I'm not actually bluffing, especially in those spots, and I've got aces and kings, I'm going to get paid off. And so there's definitely merit there. I'm not going to be bluffing there often enough for him to actually just keep raising me there. So it's going to be fun. So anyway, we're going to bet here. We don't have much showdown value, but we've got a gut shot and a flush draw. Going to fold here the three bets. Not going to call three bets wide. All right, hit set with fours, which should be good. You'll also notice at the moment, we only got the three zoom tables going. It's going to be a lot slower for us. It'll be a lot easier to play. We could go for the bluff here, but I'm just going to check behind. Okay, got two pair. I'm going to call behind. I have been overrating two pairs for a while. Alright, ace king's been raised on. Really don't know what's going on here. Alright, got a bet here, got two pair. King queen, I probably should have c-betted. Missed an opportunity there. I've just said, hello, I don't have anything. Alright, I've got a call. I guess he's got two pair or ace king. 6-5, he's got a straight, wow. Need the board to pair up. Jack's getting folded to. He could easily have kings there. Queens. He wanted to get it in on the flop, so it's going to be a rare occasion he's going to have 6-5 in that spot, so we can't be really upset. Nines are going again. Got some backdoors with the king 8. Wants to punch me, I don't know why. Okay, nines are gone. We got two pair, get a bet there. Got to defend with king 10 suited. We're still going to be a little bit tighter when it comes to, the big blind. Just because the rake, for the micros is crazy. But when you're playing for tournaments, it's definitely a spot you can open. I've got some backdoors. We've got a gut shot now. Alright, I'm going to call because I can go for an 8. 10 could be good there. Alright, we had a set. So we didn't lose anything there. Not really major anyway. Goes all in. I'm just going to call. It's not going to be great, but it's so cheap. It's got pocket fives. This seems to be a bad player. He's at about 38%, so it's just an easy call. It's just a call that I wouldn't have done normally. Some of you guys might not do that type of stuff. Shoves all in here. I'm going to fold with pocket kings. So we're doing some light calling and we're doing some strong folds as well. So if people are really going to be really mixed up if they're going to try and play against us because, we have been doing hero calls. We've been doing bluffs, we've been doing check raises with a lot of equity as well, and happy to get it in. Happy to gamble. It sort of hurt us yesterday as well, a couple of hands that we gambled with, but we did win some big pots as well. Pocket queens is easy call there. Alright, got a 3-bet here with queen jack. He could easily have ace king or something like that, but he's in the button, so he should be a little bit looser. So we should have a better hand than him. But queens get there. Okay, so this is easy continuation bet. We've hit top pair. Plus we've got a backdoor as well. So if a spade come up, look at that. So beautiful. So queen 8 easily dominated there. We're going to fold queen 8 offsuit. I mean, if you can't raise it, you probably should fold it. So, all right. So I feel like we're getting better with we're definitely getting more confident with our hands and reading as well, because you'll find that we're doing a lot more hero calling as well. I'm just getting a lot more value. You know, there was a hand the other day where I had second pair, and I knew that one opponent was definitely weaker, and I could probably raise him. I could raise the value, but the only problem I had was the person that was a bit deeper stacked. So got about here, there's so many draws coming in that's just got a call behind, especially with an ace or a king of diamonds. And if he had the diamond before that, like just a single diamond, he'd call. But if he had two diamonds, he'd probably raise me there and I'd get off the hand. Good player here will bet with the diamond, but lucky enough he's only got the small one, so that's fine. Alright, got top pair with queen 7. Not a great hand. We can call with sixes. We're in position here. If we were out of position, probably could fold. Probably could have called the sixes there as well. As you can see, we're starting to linger behind here, but because we've got just the 3 tables, it's much easier to keep with the action, which is fine. 9 cents against cheap. I might go for the 7 on the river. Seems like no one's fighting for this pot. I'm going to bet it. Alright, 7s are gone. I actually should have raised there with the 9s. That was stupid. Anyway, we're bound to make a mistake. Ace 3, see, we actually got there. We didn't get there, we got the steal, which is nice. Thanks for all the feedback so far, guys, as well. Let me know if you guys like playing like this one. I know some of you probably prefer smaller, just 4 tables or something like that. What you can do is just, you just follow the action of one table. Alright, we've got jacks here. At a position, we can raise it. We can also just call behind. Got a check here. We've got a flush, which is nice, but the problem is, it's hard to bet this because of the 5 and the 10s. So if we actually bet there, it's just all we're doing is raising there and getting called by better. And 9s there are gonna fold. Let's be honest. There's no value there betting, and we're only gonna get called when we're beat. Yeah, I actually tried to actually play with only the 2 green tables, and tried to have the extra. This is scare cover the king. That's why we're betting. Anyway, yeah, for our range, helps our range. A lot of people have just said, really focus on our ranges rather than your hands, which is typically what you should be doing as well. Go for the squeeze, Varishak suited. Maybe not so good against under the gun, but under the gun raise was so small. Pocket 7s, just we're going to go set mining here. And usually with the C-bet as well, with the squeeze, they usually overfold too much, so you can actually get a lot of money that way as well. But one thing I did find about yesterday's session, we didn't actually overly get those great hands that we've been winning. But that wasn't the reason why we lost. We lost purely on the fact that there was those 2 hands. Those 2 major hands with the queens and the kings. And that's the reason why. I went back to watch this. Was I not playing well? But then I watched for like at least a good half an hour, and then I skipped it towards near the end, and I was still, apart from those hands, I think we played extremely well. So, I mean, the only other thing too is you try and work out, was I overwhelmed at the moment? Because sometimes, at the moment, look, there's not too many hands we're really focusing on. But when you have like 4 or 5 tables going, and you've got some tough decisions to be had, was it that moment? So maybe I might rewatch it just to see if it was that moment. And that's the reason why if you drop down a Zoom table, it can definitely make it a lot easier. And also, there is last week as well. If I knocked out the second session last week and just played the first session, we would definitely... We'd probably be well over $100 now with the bankroll, so there is that to think about as well. But the thing is, if we ain't playing our best, it gives us something to look at, and then we can work out on our weaknesses, like our weakest part of the game. So when you have bad sessions, and this is what you really need to pay attention to. When you have bad sessions, or when you're tired, the weakest part of your games turn up. So they're the ones that, you might be stubborn and thinking, oh, I've worked this part of the game. It's just, it's just unlucky. But it's not the case. You got to be honest. That some bad things that you've worked on recently will reappear. This guy has 31 BPI. We got a raise there. Happy to get it in against him as well. Sometimes we're going to be bad with the ace king. Sometimes we're going to be good. He's probably going to fold here. Alright, just going to shove. I'm not going to like the shove, but it's the only chance we've got there. It's total bluff with ace king. Calls though. Alright, so a nice hand, but yeah. Hopefully no diamond will cash out. That turn card, beautiful. Now it doesn't matter. Yeah, beautiful. Alright, so I got there. Alright, gonna fold the 8s even though the board pairs up. There is a lot of diamonds come out. It wasn't exactly good for us. Pocket 2s are gonna fold because he's not really deep enough stacked there. I mean, sometimes you're gonna get 2s there, but it's just not gonna be great. But yeah, hands like the ace king before and then shoving on the flop. That's the difference. Like if you're too scared to make those moves in a profitable situation, you might think, oh, what am I doing? You might be thinking, oh, that's not profitable. What are you doing? You're just being an idiot and you just got lucky. But some of those circumstances, if you're not willing to go all in with that, it definitely means that, maybe you're playing above your limits as well. Yeah, I went for a bluff here, but didn't carry on. We're just going to let go of the hand here with ace king. Could have the best hand still. He's got pocket 6s. That's fine. Maybe should have thrown a bet in on the turn, but I'm not really upset with that hand. 6-5. People are going in light. Anyway. But yeah, thanks for all the feedback. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'm going to be trying to play a few more of the... be posting a few of these videos as well, especially with 12 tables. But yeah, depending on, if it's too hard to follow because it's too small, because some people do watch on, on your phones and have smaller screens, but hopefully you guys can, can see it. It's fine. I mean, on the Samsung that I've got, it's fine, but not everyone's got the same screens. All right, so we're going for a 5. We're going for the wheel, but we hit trips. We can hero call. And this is why hero call. Nice hand. If we get good enough, we could probably raise there. But we have been stung. We have been really stung overplaying trips in the past and 2 pairs. So, not top 2 pairs. Top two pairs been pretty good. But when it comes to like bottom 2 or around mid 2 or something like these, like, king 8 and someone said king 9 2 pair on us, so you just got to be paying attention. We really just need to think about, smaller pots. Pocket 5s, just don't know where this guy's going to go. He might actually, might actually jam all in on us. All right, nice hand for pocket 7s. It held up. Not really sure. It's a dead board. And it's all checked to us, so why not? We got to bet it. Jack 9's out. Yeah, so this is definitely making a big difference. Ah, my nose is itchy. Sorry, guys. It's just... I think at work they cut the grass a bit, so that just happens. Now, I got to check behind. I'm not sure what this guy's got. Could be just slow playing us now. Some players really don't know. I think it calls is a pure factor having a look. So he tried the bluff, but nothing made sense with his hand. And if things don't make sense and he's a bad player, he can make the call. Sometimes what happens is as well, what we've noticed is sometimes people's hands don't make sense, but they've still got a strong hand. It just means they don't have put the time in to learn how to play the game as much as some of us or some of you guys. I mean, with the sizing and all that, I probably haven't worked on enough with the sizing, but I've got a system that kind of works, but I'm still, you know, I'm still calling too many rivers at the moment as well. So there was a few river bets that I was calling yesterday and the day before, where, sometimes I do get away, but when I'm not thinking about it, I seem to be continuing when I shouldn't be anyway. All right, top two. There was a lot of straight draws, flush draws. We had to bet there. We're not slow playing it. Ace Queen, probably a little bit scary there, but lucky to get away with it. Sometimes you're going to be in it to win it. And then sometimes there's a circumstance where, let's just say, you make a stupid four bet, or sometimes you actually put yourself pot committed. This guy folds. This guy's short stacked. I'm going to fold and just see what happens, but probably argue the call there, but I expect almost a 42 center to jam. See? He actually jammed, so that's why I folded. Because he hit the 5, everything's great. But if we don't hit the 5, we're just going to be out like so much. Okay, so he's improved his hand a little bit. Yeah. Nice ball. Nice flop for 7-6. We've got a pair with two flushes. With a flush draw. We hit a pair with two flush. So that's not too bad. I actually don't mind them. Like on average, I've got a gut shot with 6-2 as well, which could be, if you hit a 3 here, it'd be well disguised. Might get paid as well. Could do a 4 bet here, but small blind typically shouldn't be too light. I'm not going to act scared with King Queen, even though often there will be beat. Sometimes with a lot of draws there, we have to bet. Not all the time. I think Ace King could be good there, so I'm going to throw a bet in. If he's got overcards, we're definitely getting some value. Yeah, 6-2, getting filled there. I mean, you could also argue about raising, but typically, if you haven't shown much strength, people aren't getting to believe your BS. People start calling you down with any pockets with those type of boards, especially if you haven't been showing any sign of aggression. I mean, maybe if people have seen, if they've seen my name around, I've had some tables where I've had, look like I've had some good wins. So if people are playing a little bit more careful against me, they might just fold to to my bluffs. You got to play to your image, I guess. I'm gonna fold here. I'm not really happy with the bet. Like he could easily have he could easily have ace queen there. I've actually ran into players that have bet like that and have had ace queen. And last week I've made a lot of calls where I was curious to see where it was, what they were doing. But yeah, it just wasn't, I was wrong every time. Like they had me beat. Alright, so he called and then checked straight behind, which tells me he could have a weak hand here, but he could still have a weak ace. There you go. So the only thing there is, because he checked so fast behind, that is a tell. So parts of me is divided there. You could also get a defend against the guy that's 30%. Seems to be a little bit weaker. But yeah, just a bit divided. Just the fact that you could go for a bluff, but we've seen enough people call down with any ace. I got a bet here. Did tell myself I'm going to be a bit more passive with the open enders, especially with a strong pair as well. Hit a king on the river could be really bad. All right, just gonna bet here. I've got a set, so why not? All right, checking behind. I have no idea why he played like that. We could jam there as well, but I think we're only going to get called down when we're beat. I think he's just going to let go. So with your weaker hands, just checking behind. Safe unless you're willing to get, jam. Yeah, if you think your opponent's going to call you, you're definitely probably worth jamming. But you got to work out, is it going to be profitable in the end? Ace Jack's just going to fold there. It's no point. King 8. Yeah, I got a call just to see if we can hit 2 pair or trips. Yeah, got pocket kings. Under the gun. Okay, so we've got a fish under the gun just limping in. Alright, I got 2 pair, but could easily have a straight, but he will call behind with worse. Jack 8's going to be dominated there a lot. Okay, so against this guy will see that the fish guy, so he's on the button trying to isolate the fish, which means he's got a 3-bet quite wide, which means that we'll probably get folded. He's probably going to fold a lot of hands there. He's going to be on the weak side of things, I think. He could have an ace jack or something like that. The only other play we could play is check behind and play some type of trap. But then you do run the risk of being caught. And then pricing in the big blind as well, which slow playing definitely has its risk. So you gotta work out when to slow play. Jack's good board for Jacks here. Not a great board now. I'm gonna tank the Jacks on purpose. Pocket 2's gonna set mine. Just gonna sit here like I'm thinking about things, but really what I'm hoping is just checks behind. Yeah, checks behind, good. But I couldn't really throw in a bet there. I didn't really want him to throw, I didn't want him to bluff me off that hand. So checking behind. Pocket 2s unfortunately get counterfeit. And that's one of the reasons why small pocket pairs get folded on quite early. Because a lot of people think, oh, set mining and all that stuff. But when you don't hit a set, sometimes you get, your hands get counterfeit where the board pairs up twice. Where the higher cards don't get counterfeit so much. I'm going to call here with the gut shot with an 8, but yeah, missed it. Alright, Queen's going to fold. Jack 9 suited. Got top pair. Got a bet there. A lot of flush draws, straight draws get a call. So a lot of worse hands can call. He could do a lot of check raising as well. So probably going to check the turn just to keep the pot control down. We could probably hero call him at the end there. He might even bet with a jack as well. So a good player here will actually bet with a jack. So we're going to let go. Yeah, we've got a gut shot and a flush draw. We're going to call it. So what? We're a favorite, but we still need to hit our hand. So we could easily lose that card. Like we could still easily lose that, but we're gonna win that. We're gonna win that draw most times. We'll say we're at 55% so it's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna check here and probably call him on the river. If he's got queens, I'm gonna cry. Hit a set, get a better. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna call because if he had another hand, like it doesn't make sense, that hand. Okay, so he either had the nuts or he had a bluff. And this time he had the hand. So it's a spot where he's gonna have absolutely nothing, or he's gonna have the best. I think we're calling. I think we call there. Let me know in the comments. Do you reckon it's a good call? I think it is because a lot of times people are gonna be bluffing there, but I guess the micros are 2-0. People are not smart enough to bluff in that spot. Sometimes you do see a lot of whiffed overcards. Like a really bad player. So a really bad player won't understand and probably throw a bet in, where the good regulars actually won't actually bluff that spot. It sounds funny, but you're supposed to bluff the spot. Well, you're not supposed to, but to make it hard to read, sometimes you can throw, spots there you can bluff, and people will fold. I find it really hard to call with, pocket tens or pocket nines and be good there. So you can see how a bluff there would actually be really good. So bad players will actually bluff in that spot, and you can bluff in that spot a lot of times, and people let go. So that was a spot we could squeeze with Jack X suited. So sometimes with these suited connectors, or those funky type hands, Jack suited cans, Queen suited and King suited hands. Sometimes you and the suited connect like your gappers and one gapper and your suited connectors, you could probably 3-bet wide and play it like a squeeze, much like we did with the Ace Jack suited and all that stuff. So cool behind. Just running a bluff with Ace Queen. If he's missed, he's gonna fold. He might shove. We might have to call. Unfortunately, if he's thinking about it, but usually when they're thinking about this long, it's usually a fold. It's usually on the river they take a long time and then call, but on the flop they usually tank and then fold. People play the opposite. Trying to get an 8 there, but I'm gonna believe him. But a lot of times there, if we catch his, we call his raise on the flop and he's, didn't get his card, he might check behind. How much have we got behind us? We're going to have a look. So we've got 35 plus 10. So we've got 45 behind us, which is quite normal compared to the other day. We had the 40s behind us. 7-6, missed everything. Could have probably thrown a bet in. Those small pots probably add up as well. Pocket aces in the corner. I'm going to call. Do have a backdoor flush draw. And we've hit the sixes, but we can probably safely let go now unless he's got an underpair, but we can still probably we can't beat anything here. Even an underpair beats us there. Alright, we hit top set. Nice. Check behind with queens. Probably gonna call one straight here. We'll fold if he bets the turn, we'll probably call. But if he bets the turn and the river, then we'll probably have to fold. But sometimes people will try and bluff you off the hand. They'll say that you're weak. A really good player will actually bet here with the weak ace. And a lot of weak players, but there's so many people in the hand, so it's really hard to throw a bet in. But a good player will actually throw a bet in for, if they had kings or a weak ace there, knowing that they're good. Gonna fold here, but we could probably have called. Can check raise for 6-5. We did have gut shot. Pocket kings in the corner. Sixes we're gonna fold. He probably has 7 or a 10 or something like that. King Jack, we didn't raise because why would you raise when we're out of position anyway? Because all you're doing is bloating the pot, and you're going to be playing with, you're just going to get smashed. You'd rather keep his weaker range, and you three bet there. If he calls, he's going to have a strong hand. If he four bets you, you're folding anyway. So just call him behind there. Seems to be the way. Someone squeezing there. Problem is we don't finish the action there. Jacks are playing. A lot of folds will happen there. Hopefully a king or kings and queens fold there as well. I got to raise this one up. We got double gutters, like any ace, any nine, any club. It's got a bet there. But there was a hand yesterday as well in the last session where we had ace jack clubs, and we had double gutter, and we were only at like 28% equity. And it's like I really overvalued the hand, and we ended up going all in, and just wasn't really a hand that we should have. All right, open ender with ace, jack nine. Sorry. All right, so the queens are looking like really horrible. All right, so we put a value bet in on the turn, so that was a little bit cheeky. Queen 10, what the hell's just happened here? Got smashed. Probably, I don't know. Maybe I didn't throw a bet in on the turn when I should have. Queens are folding. It's not a big pot. Nice hit a set in position. It's going to be a lot easier to get paid off. He might fold still, but it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to, get paid off in a set. If he's got aces or kings, he's going to try and raise us, hopefully. And obviously he finds a fold. We raised here. King hits our range. Everyone's in the hand. I think our nines are bad here, though. It was probably a bad C bet. Good to see our ace queen actually got won the light 4-bet. Pocket queens, one for pocket queens, hopefully. Nice. Got some back doors with the ace 9 as well. Alright, so it looks like we're going to lose that one, but definitely not upset. Is this the flip? Let's check behind. We got two pair. Nice hand. He had a jack, but I don't think he's calling a raise there because the flush was out. I think the straights were out as well. Yeah, so yeah, it was pretty tricky, but I don't see him calling anything else. Goes all in. People still going crazy over the gold tables. It's an extra 20 cents. Go for the steal, which we got it. Nice. I don't really steal enough from the blue tables though, but maybe it's mind over matter. But I think they call a lot more from the blinds. But all right, gonna go for the squeeze with Jack 7 suited. We do have position. Got aces under the gun. I'm going to bet here. We've got hearts coming. See if they fold a lot of good hands there. One thing I have been doing lately as well, I've been going to sleep at a decent time. So last night was like 9:30 at night, which is not too bad. I'm going to fold. We did have hearts, did have a queen coming out, but it's going to be terrible. We could have reverse implied odds as well. Aces get raised on, which is nice. Sometimes what you can do is just flat call, and he shoves anyway, so it's fine. Just wanted to get it all in. Nice. We got the best of it there. That's all that matters. Ace Queen's definitely been really good for 4-betting tonight or today. Runner king. Is it? Doesn't matter. Ah, so the jack suited hand got folded to with a squeeze. That was nice. Got a c-bet there with tens. Ace hits our range. And just win there. You could do that with any pocket pair, really. I'm going to call. If we hit a 6, we've got a book, obviously. What do they call them with? I don't know. But I'm going to fold this hand. Got to open ender. Flush draw with ace jack. Gonna fold king queen. Fold to the 3-bet. Have to let go. Queen 5 didn't get there. Continue betting on. Probably have to go all in with ace jack suited. And just hoping that a club on the river. That was a bad move anyway. Because you had a set. Okay, that was a bad move. Probably should have just gave it up. Especially on the turn. Probably a 1 in 5 chance just under. Which is just not great. Or a 1 in 6 chance, I'd say. Three-bet light with king 9 suited. Got a blocker to his king. So it gives him less chance to have ace king or kings in his hand. And then if he calls, we do have a lot of post-flop playability, but this is not the hand to do it. But sometimes it doesn't matter if they just forget to fold anyway. Just calling one more because there's 2 people in the hand. If we hit the set, we're going to get paid. More likely going to get paid. It's going to call here. We've already put 30% in. Like at least. Need a queen. All right, we got there, but it's not the greatest look. But we've already put 17 cents in, so it's not too abnormal. I'm going to call good double gutter with ace 3. Got a gut shot. We miss it. Okay, so we got there. And those hands too, a lot of people were talking about pocket pairs as well. There was times where, we were folding when we were the best there. So we'd fold those spots and people were saying, what are you doing? You got to be good there. It's got to hit your range. Maybe not that specific spot, but there was a lot of spots where it really helped us, and yeah, we just folded. All right, got the straight. I'm gonna raise it quite a lot. Queen 9 has us beat though, so if he raises again, we might have to fold. So we raised, and that's why he raised. But if he jammed us, we would probably have to find the fold. I'd hope to think I'm good enough to fold there. Gonna bet he's looks like a bad player, which is not necessarily gonna have the worst hand all the time, but you've just got to realize on average they're gonna start calling down with weaker hands than you. There's a king on the board, gotta bet it. Jams all in. We've got a fold there. A lot of times we'll have the king there too, and we'll just call. But that time we'll actually bluffing. But it just hit our range a lot. So I think anyone with hands that beat us there will fold. Sixes are gone. This board misses a lot of our opponent's range. Unless, of course, he's hit a four. Yeah, paired up boards is pretty easy for our opponents to miss. They're running a bluff. He let us know that we beat him, so we use position there. Sevens, but that is gone. Sevens are gone. But you never know. Like, has he got has he got now that he's got ace king, he's never going out. So we're just losing this. Even a bluff there is probably not going to work unless he's got pocket twos, which would beat. Maybe we could call there and he just lets go. King, Queen Jack there could have been a spot where we could have squeezed. 6-2, I think we've got a straight. No, we don't. We have top pair. We had top pair until the king come out. Maybe you should have bet there. Threes are gone. Fives are gone. King queen out of position's terrible. We'll get a fold that. Goes all in. I'm just going to call. We've got one over. Not a great call, but you never know. For 14 cents, really. We need a straight. We got the straight. Poor guy. Maybe he was on his last couple cents for the... But he's Einstein. He's got plenty of money. Alright, so we got a gutter. We might have ace king. He's got to fold. Nice. And then also, if he does call, we've got a chance of hitting trips or two pair. Or hit our straight as well. I think it was a straight there. Open ender, I got a raise. Out of nowhere on the turn, we're going to do that type of stuff. Then we hit a straight as well. So this is a spot where we'll actually bet. And he'll call. And there you go. We both got a straight. Okay. The only difference was he didn't probably see I was coming. I just didn't want him to have a flush. Trying to bluff us off the hand. Is he going to throw another bet in? Yeah, he's going to call. Got some value there at least. Alright, I got a call. Could be heavily dominated here. Probably should have folded it from the small blind though. Since we're not going to be in position. Had some backdoors there, but we've just lost even more money now. This just makes me a little bit sick. Any chance to win the hand is to try and waste more money. We call behind pre-flop. So if he's a thinking play, he might think that we've got a 10. He's thinking about calling with ace-king though. If he calls with ace-king, he wins. Lucky to get the fold though. 8's are gone. Alright, call behind with 8s. Just because there's ace and a queen on the board, just more likely to get paid if we hit a set. So I was more likely to call that. Queen Jack missed though. Alright, lost this one. King Queen out of position's gone, especially unsuited. You know, you're more likely to call a suited hand. But sometimes what you can do is raise it. Could have done a raise there, 10-9. Could have been squeeze. Shoot connector. Hit top pair, but there's a flush. Got a bet there actually because there's a full cuff. Flush gets there. Oh, we charged him. Still could have the worst hand. I got a bet there. He could call with kings or queens there. There you go, kings. Fives are gone. So as you can see, my hand reading is getting so much better now. Just a couple of things are still failing us. Sometimes, running into just running into stupid bluffs, calling out of position. A couple of things, just minor things. I probably need to watch my videos again. Or watch some videos and just see where I'm failing. Also looking at analysing my hands after a bit more as well. Like after I finish the session, let's just go through a couple of hands and have a look. Because there's a timeline that goes through your highs and lows, like your big hands and your massive losses as well. So we can actually just briefly have a look at that and see, especially with the big hands, what we've done wrong or what we've done right. And a lot of times I've seen it, we haven't done overly things too wrong. But there's the other hands where, obviously been calling, too many rivers where we definitely got run over. Definitely got kings there. Gonna be interesting if he bets. We're gonna go into more of a check calling range. Flush gets there. Sort of got lucky there. I misplayed the turn. And if he had a queen there, he's probably calling the turn, but not calling all the dangerous hands on the river, which means my turn bet was more was probably so much more, was really important. So I lost a bit of value there. Cut off range. Could be a little bit tighter than. All right, gotta let it go. We're out of position. We're on the lowest part of the, our three betting range there too, which means that, probably at the bottom of their three betting range shouldn't be four betting and shouldn't probably be calling. So that's the reason why behind that. I'm trying to get a five on the river. Get an ace. Could be the second best hand there. Gotta bet it though. Yeah, sometimes the worst hand will call without thinking too much. Open ender with 3-2. Probably could check raise here. Just because we don't have showdown value. Alright, I'm gonna call and see. Hit the straight, he's gonna bet it, and if he calls behind, he's got worse. There you go. Yeah. Call behind, he gets worse. If he raises us, he's got better. The reason why. It's gonna call behind. It's a bit of a tell that he says you suck and all that. Maybe he's got a better hand, but okay, nice hand. Got the ace here. Just didn't know. 10-8 suited hand. We're gonna bet that. Yeah, got to bet here. He hasn't bet, so just use position. That's fine. He calls. I'm actually gonna call behind. He could be trapping. Or just tap a 7. Which means we could have possibly bet there. Could be another spot where we bet a third bet, third pot bet, and get called. Tens are gone. Alright, some folding there. I don't like folding ace jack. I actually like ace jack as a hand. A lot of kings in the corner, ace queens coming in. I'm going to raise here. I don't want to be multi-way pot. But I do like ace queen though. Raise that. I didn't want to be a mono-way pot. Sixes are going to call just because there's a king and queen there. Ace queen's going to bet because king hits our range because we're raised. Pre-flop. Let's try and steal with jack 9 suited in the top. I've got the steal going, which is nice. It's going to call behind with ace 9. Limping in, actually. It's probably the one circumstance where you probably can limp in. Probably allow some, the spade flushes to come out and you can just overrun them at the end. Fit an ace, but we got 2 pair. We're never raising it, I don't think. It was a really unorthodox play. Okay, get a raise. Ace queen offsuit. I'm gonna bet this one's the only chance we've got to win the pot, I reckon. If he calls, we win. If we lose. But if he folds, we just win the hand. Hit 2 pair as well, so would have been pretty dicey. Just the fact that so many diamonds on the board. Block 4s. Now, I'm gonna call, but do you throw a bet in? No. I'm going to call just in case we get a flurry, but it's very cheap. I did tell myself I was going to do some of those callings. Yeah, classified as bad calls, but at the same time, cheap enough that if we hit their hands, we might get, just pay a little bit. I don't know. Probably gonna fold it this one after. Probably shouldn't have raised. I shouldn't probably see better. Yeah, shouldn't have see better there. That was a waste of money. 8, 9, 10's definitely going to hit a caller's range. So that was definitely bad. All right, I'm going to go for a squeeze here with 6-5. Did say I was going to throw in a few crazy squeezes. Not so crazy. Open ender. Got to raise it. I got to bet it there, and a lot of people. Oh, got to fold. It does get there though, but does get there. Not very experienced with those squeezes, so maybe I should have called. I wanted to bet there again, but misclicked it. Anyway, not the worst thing. Ace King missed everything. Got a back door, but get a check here. We hit a 3, and we hit trips on the river. Poor guy. Poor guy. Poor guy. It's just bad luck. That's fool's luck for you. Oh, this is a tough spot. 2 pair. Got a fold. It's a tight fold. That's the one I was thinking about. Wasn't really thinking about these ones. This was really easy. 2 pairs really easy as well because we're just gonna bet here and hope that doesn't happen. It was just the king queen I was worried about. The other ones I wasn't too worried about. What's even worse is we get counterfeit as well with the 2 pair. So I actually had the best hand to the river. Some hands just not meant to win. I guess we could have bet the scare card, and then he folds. So there is that circumstance where, if the pot's not too bad, you could probably bet there as well, and he folds a lot of the times. I mean, even aces, if you don't have spades that are, a 4 card flushes out there, and you don't have a spade, even if you've got aces, you've got to be thinking about folding as well. It's going to be a really hard, hero call, even with the best hands. Bloody nose. Okay, good call. We could probably raise here as well. Just trying to get that fall. But we didn't get it, so we fold. But if we raise there on the turn, we might have got a fold. And we win the hand. Hopefully sixes hit, but they don't. All right. Mid pocket pairs out of position. A lot of people have problems with those, but you can go probably either way. Where you can, if you think your opponent's a light, you could probably actually 4-bet light. Probably could have called there actually. It was cheap enough. A lot of people raise here with ace king and then let go on the flop on the turn. This is what I was hoping. That's why I called with queen 10. Just the intent of getting him off. You know, a lot of people just bet the flop, let go on the turn. Why a lot of people nowadays, they actually bet on the turn as well. And then you get the cheeky people that have pocket kings or aces, and they play the exact same way and like small, and then all of a sudden they start betting big on the turn, and then bet on the river and get stacks in, and then get your lower, get your jacks and tens trapped, and it's pretty cheeky. Some of the better players do that. Although you could argue that they're not the better players because they allow their smaller pocket pairs to catch up and get run over. So they do make more money from mid pocket pairs, but then they might lose more from smaller pocket pairs that typically don't, typically will fold out most times, but because they bet so small, they call in and they might hit on the turn. I guess that's when you got to punch in the numbers and do all the hard work, do your homework, and work out, are these guys going to make more money from that move? Maybe, but they're going to lose out on, others. No heart. We just got to let go of ace queen, I think. A6 suited, we could raise here and go for a squeeze. Open ended with 7-2. Who said 7-2 is a terrible hand? I definitely did. Actually, nice flop for us. Probably should have just slow played it a little bit. I did tell myself to slow play such a hand. Because now we get blasted off the hand. So we probably shouldn't have bet there on the flop. So that's the spot I'm having trouble with at the moment. So some of these open-enders, they look better than what they are, but they're typically not that great. And you play aggressive and then you end up either getting blown off a hand sometimes, where if you slow play it a little bit, you'd have a smaller pot, but at least just you actually get your equity. Like, what do they say? Get equity. What is it? Go throw a C bet, hopefully get a fold. Seven's missed. I was just calling for a. This should just get a fold. So hopefully the squeeze works. Usually it does. People overfold. There we go. Nice. So we had two plays there that was quite good there. A backdoor flush draw with King Queen. Slow playing trips here. Light 4 bet with ace. I didn't forgot the bet there with the King 9. Yeah, I lost a bit of value there with the trips. Should have bet there on the river. Every little bit counts. How much did I lose out? I think, I probably lost about 5 to 10 cents. And it adds up. There's definitely bigger mistakes. Really need a queen. The king's purely going for a bluff here. Okay, I get a check here, and we need a spade. He's gonna run a bluff. Let's go do this and see where it goes. It looks like a bluff, but we actually got the nuts. If he's got the queen of spades, he might actually call. If he's known us a little bit as well, which I don't think he has, people might actually think that I'm good enough to actually make that move, because you'll see that I've been adding in bluffs. River tank usually means call as well. Flop tank normally means fold. There you go. Queen of spades. So that's a good hand. He'll be fuming. He'll be fuming. I felt sick when I have those calls. But he gets the chips for the daily tournament, so it's not really that bad. Deeper stacked. Get a call there. It's gonna be a race. Lucky to cash out there. I actually like how this site does the cash out. Just takes the stress off, helps you focus on, other things in the game. Yeah, Jack Nine's letting go. Eights are gone. Oh, we got aces though. King Jack might peel off one, but could have reverse implied odds. Queen 10's gonna fold. Yeah, I gotta call one more. Just never know. You might start slowing up. Could have the best hand now. Okay, so he's a little bit spooked out. He should have been betting. Alright, we've got a book. Hopefully get raised on. Probably the best we could aim for with his hand. Not going anywhere with sixes. Cheap enough with a call. If he's got an ace or a queen, or two pair, if we hit a six, he's going to get... It's almost a call. We're going to be bad there a lot of the times. That's the thing when when people are shallow stack and you've already invested so much, you can justify calling down much wider than you normally would. Because their bluffing range will be a lot wider as well, which means your calling range could be wider. I'm going to call one there. We do have second pair. Checks to us. Interesting. All right, nice hand. Not flight forward betting there. We got aces. Another thing too is I did say I was going to play, once I started getting a little bit deeper stacked, we're starting to close some of these tables down. Just didn't want to risk, all the hard work being done for no reason, like just being lost. All right, I'm gonna fold there. Ace Queen suited. Out of positions, just not gonna be good. Got some backdoor draws with Ace 10 suited though. Wow. Part of me wants to call. The gambling side of me wants to call. Being smart wants me to fold though. Out of position, going to raise jacks. Do have a straight with ace jack though. Don't be a club. Don't be a club. Looks like it's not a club. Oh, we had two pair. We'd have won the hand. Jackson probably should have called behind. Jackson should have called behind. I did miss it. He was quite tight, 5%. Which means he might have been willing to fold a lot more as well. So maybe we just got a bit unlucky. Ace Jack maybe could have full betted. But against, I think it was under gun. He's going to be 3-betting a little bit tighter. Go for a little steal with King 6. Nice. Alright, so got an open ender with King 8. Didn't bet too much. We shouldn't get blown off the hand. Missed it. But he's missed a lot of hands as well, so I got a bet. And if he had an ace, he wins the hands anyway. Yeah, if he's got an ace, he wins. Just by some steals. I'm going to bet there just because there's a lot of flush draws coming. You win the hand while we still can. Got aces, going to raise it. Nice pot, but short stack. Probably get things in. If he calls the flop, we're probably going to go all in. But he only had 70%, 70 behind him, so it was right then. You're going to get the answer on the flop. Because the flop, you should go all in on by the turn. Rebet ace queen, beautiful. Gonna bet lightly here. Not a bad card because now we've got diamonds. Also, the fact is if a king comes out too, then our kicker doesn't count. Alright, I gotta fold king jack. Alright, I gotta call one. Reassess. Could be good with a7 there. Nice. Alright, check behind. Beautiful. Yeah, I was a bit scared looking at that. Just if you threw a bet in, would have been hard. But then you can reassess if, let's say if, all the flushes, the straights didn't get there, then you and the board pairs up, you're more likely to do a hero call. Alright, let's get a bet here. We've got a book. Fills out all their flushes. I'm not going to call fours. Call behind with the queens. We do have position here. Alright, we're just going to shove and just hopefully he doesn't have kings. What the hell is he doing? That was a nice hand. I'm going to bet here. Hopefully he calls and then we're trying to lure him in. He'll probably fold though. Goes all in. No, I have to call. Not happy with it though. Yeah, I had a feeling, but a good player there will actually jam with Ace King of Diamonds. So his jam's not really good. If you're gonna jam there, at least jam with the same flush draw, or at least flush draw and straight draw. It's not a really good board to actually bluff on, because if you get called, you're just gonna lose. Like, of course, any ace or any king, but you're just not going to get that much fold equity in the hand. That's why we played it like we did. I'm just gonna bet here. There's not really. Oh, I checked. I meant the bet. Anyway, I think seven's playing anyway. Ace 10 misses. Probably should have bet there. Alright, I'm going to throw in the bluff like I got Ace Queen. It's pure luck, that Ace Queen. I mean, even I thought I had Ace Queen, I didn't. Anyway. Apart from a couple of hiccups, I think, a couple of small mess ups we've done. I think we've done it pretty well. Few backdoors here, but yeah. Jack's a good call. Sometimes what happens if the board pairs up, you call again, and Jack comes out and you can overrun him. But as played, it just seems to like we're just totally lost there. We gave ourselves the best chance to win. 7-6 wins. Bit cheeky betting there though. Could have went for a squeeze with 9-4. Would have been a good board to actually see bet on. Yeah. Problem is if a flush comes out now, the board paired up, so twice. All right, so we're glad we didn't bet that. We didn't squeeze that one. So maybe, just maybe, yeah, we saved money there. King Jack's probably calling. No spade. No club. Another light 4-bet there wins. They do add up after a while. And if they call you, you've got some post-flop play. Probably should have bet there with ace-6. Oh, I think it was, yeah, with ace-6. I should have probably bet that. Flush draw. Pocket 3 should be still good there. We don't need the bet if he's missed everything. Would argue to, make the call. Ace king, ace king offsuit out of position could be quite tricky. All right, I got to bet this one. We do have an over. He wishes we to call him. The other guy in the center. All right, that's gone. Continue the betting. There's no double. There's no board. If we got a raise there with jacks, unfortunately, he didn't bet. Hmm. All right, I gotta fold, but I'm not gonna like it. Uh, Couple of tight folds. Yeah, in position. Should get a free card. Nice. 10's gonna win, I don't know. 10's win. More surprised than you guys. Going for a bluff with ace queen. We missed our straight. I'm surprised it worked. Eventually it's not gonna work. But he was very quiet with the game. Squeezing with queen 9 suited. How many people on the table on the top right? Open ender. Yeah, missed it unfortunately. There was a little brief period there, wasn't there? We were getting quite busy with the hands. There's a few, 3-bet calls that we could have done. But I think we didn't do too bad. I think the fact probably shouldn't have like 4-bet it, but it didn't work that time. And you could argue the call there, but sometimes it's been working a lot more than it hasn't. Gut shot, flush draw with ace 3. Board didn't pair up, so play it fast enough. Sometimes it looks like a bluff as well. Rainbow. I'm not gonna fall in love with this one though. He probably should have folded. Should have checked folded the river there. Because a lot of times even King Jack just gets run over by King Queen or Ace King or something like that. Like you think they've got a 9, but they'll even have ace king though. Jams. I guess we're checking here for pot control. I say when because he jammed. So he's either got it or he's running a bluff. Like it's not usually in between. It's not usually like just a mediocre hand. It's either they've got absolutely nothing or they've got the nuts. Out of position, just got a fold king queen. Offsuit, that is. No, almost could have bet there. No, no. Yeah, so I think we're definitely might be because it's the first session as well today that we haven't really lost composure like during the busy times. There was a brief period there we were busy, but I think we made the right plays for the most part. If we made a bad play, probably should have bet there. Flush didn't work. Should have bet the king actually. That's where we messed up there. Yeah, should have bet the king. He would have folded the king. We made their hand make no sense. It makes sense when you had a king and you bet. Open ender. Huh. I'm closing the session if this doesn't work. Lucky. Yeah, I guess under the gun too is if you got ace nine suited, you could probably even three bet, light four bet as well because people think you've got aces or kings in such a spot if you four bet. Anywhere you think that the tightest end of your ranges, that's where you can actually start bluffing a bit more. Maybe you hear people say, "Oh, they must have this, they must have that." Well, that's a good spot to have a look at. Hmm. I was thinking about bluffing, but in some cases, he looked tight. Not every check is weak. So he could have just had the nuts trying to think that we'll try and bluff him. He also could have just had pocket twos and just went for it. Yeah, I've got a raise here. All right, now we're going to raise because now we have the straight. Missed the flush. Damn it. Got a pair. I wanted the flush. There was also a straight coming, hopefully, but Ace Queen gets new life, hitting the turn. Alright, so got it. Oh, I was hoping it was an open ender, but it's not. Got the focus to see. I thought it was, yeah, open ender for a second there, but no. It's going to close some of these bigger tables down. So that was fine. We didn't get distracted there. That was fine. That was a clean execution. Okay. It'd be interesting. I want this guy to fold actually and be up against the short stack. He's got a straight. And now, yes, lucky. All right, so I'm going to finish the session off. Just the fact that the wife's now coming home and get rid of, distractions coming. So we might play another session after dinner, but we'll find out how we go. But I think overall, I think we did extremely well. Let's have a look. But yeah, this is just... Yeah, it gives a warning that you've got to play a certain amount of hands because I think you're bum hunting, but we're not. We're just leaving the session. All right, so we got up to 68 plus 9, so that's not too bad. I think it was a good session. Let's have a look at my promos. So about $1. So we're going to try and get to $10, at least $10 plus each week. So anywhere between 10 and 12. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.